I got some stuff to share, guys. Facebook guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Jerry, you handsome devil, you. Guys, happy Tuesday, man. I'm just admiring the view. Now, I'm worried about the glow in my head, for crying out loud. Happy Tuesday on this National Apple Day. Big friggin' deal. I haven't had an apple, honestly, I probably decades, man. I just, there's so much shit on it. It's not even worth scrubbing it off anymore. I spend more time scrubbing it off for my mom when I buy it for her. And yeah, it's Tuesday. I went to go see Mom today, as I do every Tuesday. People say, "Oh, that's so sweet of you to take care of your mom on your only day off." Well, it doesn't bother me. You know, I did it with a family, for years. And a lot of us have done it as well. We sacrificed everything in our lives for something outside of us when we completely and utterly forgot what's going on the inside. So I make sure that, and I learned that sadly from circumstance, that you have to balance life. You have to give yourself time for yourself and work on yourself in the most intense way as much as you can, because in the end, a lot of the outside world is going to change, and what you're left with is this big void in your life. A lot of people are going through that now. I talk to them all the time. They're going through life changes, divorces, whatever it might be. And then it comes up, they have this big void now because they forgot about themselves, all the years of giving to everything else out there but themselves. And transformation is you focusing on that person you've always wanted to be. A lot of people think it's too late. No, it's not too late. It's really not too late, man. But Joan Baez said it best, and I send clips to my kids every day, literally, because I can't see them every day, but we talk literally every day. We've done this since day one, basically, of this transformation of this family, and I'll keep it going, only because I want to, honestly, but I'll keep it going just to remind them not to forget about themselves. Indeed, we are still blood. We are still a blood chain. But in the end, it's them choosing the life that they want and balancing everything else in the middle from there on in. But Joan Baez said, you don't get to choose how you're going to die or when. You can only decide how you're going to live now. I wish they told us that back in grammar school. They told us, guys, you're going to have these desires in life. You should really try to learn how to balance things. No, we were taught to give everything out there to the outside world, other people, and dedicate yourself to servitude in life. That's great. It really is. There's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. But as life changes and evolves, you're left with this big void after that change. That's my point. And this is where people get stuck, because later on in life, after the divorce or the kids grow or the empty nesters or this and that, well, what do I do now? Well, you forgot about yourself for the last 30 years of Meatball. And I was guilty of it. I spent 2 decades, granted, I wanted to, indeed. I tried to balance the work-life spectrum of myself. It was indeed very hard because you got 3 kids. You got a business you own. You're running around. I get it. But to me, it all could have been done in a better way, is my point. And Bob Proctor had this reel today, which was great because it opened the door, and hopefully opens the door for you guys to realize it's really never too late. It's you deciding on the life that you want and living in that every day. And I'll explain to you what he said. Decide to rise above limitation. You get rid of the limitations in your life that there isn't enough time. Life expands tenfold. To me, it's my only day off, but today I still fit in, honestly, several appointments, shopping, lunch with Mom, my afternoon recharge, and back to my show prep and then show for tonight. All with bliss, mind you, because I learned to balance out life, man. And this is something you guys got to figure out for yourself. Get rid of the distractions in your life. And if you really want purpose, if you really want to grow with this life, you got to be shooting for something, the gift that you've been given. And it's still probably sitting in here for a lot of you. I should write a book. I should do this. I should do that. No, you shoulda, woulda. You can should all over yourself, pardon the pun, but at the same time, when you decide to rise above limitation, you're not going to waste your life. And I'm going to read what he said. He said specifically, don't waste your life. Set your goals high. Quit thinking about what's wrong. Start thinking about what's right. Live a little more. Hate a little less. You have no idea what you're capable of doing. Indeed, what did I just say my itinerary was today? All of this. And I still managed to get in a time for myself to chill and recharge for tonight's show and get the show prep done. It's all doable. You just got to stop making excuses about it. You got to stop, because a lot of us now are going through that. My audience is between the ages of 40 and 70 in the upper echelon of age. Granted, we're all silver foxes out there, and foxettes, if you want to call them that, mind you. But we're restarting. A lot of us are restarting our lives in a lot of ways. And I was lucky, mind you, and I'm not saying it's bad on anybody else. I was lucky to have it done to me in my early 40s because, granted, I had to lose everything in order to understand how to gain everything back, meaning myself. All that time of giving everything away, I lost myself. Giving to my family, granted, and with no regrets, mind you. It's called sacrifice. It's called family. It's called responsibility, indeed. But a lot of us forget that. We forget who we are in the process. We forget that we have to give in life. And we forget about ourselves, ultimately coming up with the phrase from Joan Baez, you don't get to choose how you're going to die or when. We forget all about that. So all I'm saying for you today, and for you really to feel better about yourself, is whatever's stirring the pot, what's going on, what's stirring that cauldron inside of you, that fire, let it out. Be yourself, man. Allow yourself to pursue what you want to have, be, and do in life. But Jer, I can't. It's too late. You've answered your question. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Henry Ford. You were awesome for that quote. But there really is time. There really is time. This career balance, life balance act, trying to dedicate this and that. I know a lot of people are still doing it. And I don't have time. Well, what's in between the couple, 3 appointments and this and that for the day? That's your time. It's you allocating that time to your desires. I heard a beautiful quote. I just saw this maybe before I came on. It's not the pursuit of happiness. It's the happiness in the pursuit. Blissful words indeed. I love that, because you're not shooting for something. You're being something and getting that something from being that something. That's the secret. Neville Goddard taught me so much throughout the last 10 years on how to flip my life completely around. And I encourage you guys to listen to, you can hook up your phone to your car now instead of wasting your time listening to stuff that triggers old memories. Why don't you start listening and edify yourself to create some new ones? And that's all I did. I turned my car when I was traveling years ago into basically a classroom, man. I would, back then, when we had this, it sounds so long ago, we had CDs, and I immersed myself in programs for that 30-minute ride to work and 30-minute ride back. Basically an hour of class every day for myself. I got rid of, the stress of traffic. I didn't care how long I was in traffic because I was learning. You can dedicate yourself to whatever you want to have, be, and do in life. You can learn anything. It's just a matter of commitment and understanding that there is time. Indeed, there is time during the day, but how you choose it's up to you. You want recreation, you want destination. You got to ask yourself the question, I want a fulfilling life. I want a life of purpose, and that is going to contribute, not when I'm gone, but while I'm here now. I don't care about when I'm gone. I don't know. I'm not going to understand what's happening after that. But right now, I want to be at the highest level of energy and shoot that. And hopefully this segment introduces you guys to that as well. But again, ask the question, is it too late? No, it's not. You have to decide what it is that you want. And then not just go for it. And I talk about this a lot in America's Mentor. Think about these words. Don't think of what you want. That sounds kind of like a paradox, Jerry. You always say think of what you want. Indeed, I do. It's okay to think what you want. Don't think of what you want, but think from what you want. You want to accelerate your desires in life? Think from it. And this is what I learned from Neville. Think from the end as it already happened. And guess what? You start feeling happy, and that quote makes sense now. It's not the pursuit of happiness, it's the happiness in the pursuit. Because if you dedicate your energy, your whole self into what you're doing in life, it's inevitable that you're going to manifest it. You're going to create it. We do it all the time. We worry all day long about getting sick, and then you get the note that you're sick. Oh, no shit, meatball. That's what you expected. It's the same thing with your careers, your balance, your life, your desires, your dreams, whatever it might be. You know, if everybody did this in the start of any kind of serious relationship with another person, I mean, imagine the outcome. But instead, they meet this person, and then they forget about all that shit, and they predict, oh, it's going to end in a few years now anyway. What the hell? They've already predicted the end. They've already predicted the outcome. They've become neuroanalysts in life. And I say it wholeheartedly because I did it. I did it all with my career. It's going to come down one day, and that goes along with last night's segment. But really think about it. Don't think of what you want. Think from it. In other words, the end result. You with already having it. It's not having stuff, it's the getting stuff that makes it exciting. It's not you just being that best self every day, that blissful self, making time in your life. Really, it's going to change everything, man. But again, how do you do it, Jer? Here we go. I got all the avenues kind of covered there tonight, there, meatball, on this Transformation Tuesday. This is transformational right here. Transformation 101, as they say. And again, from Balanced Souls on Instagram. Fantastic reel, man. Much love to you guys. Listen to these words. Once you realize the power of your thoughts, you won't just think anything. Once you realize the power of your words, you won't just say anything. And once you realize the power of your presence, you won't just be anywhere. You got to ask yourself the question, guys. What are you giving your time to every day that's limiting your ability to take this cauldron that's burning in your chest from getting out there in the world as part of your life? And that was the major questions I was asking myself, because back then I was unemployed, hadn't have a car. I mean, I think to myself, okay, fine, we're starting from, I'm the bottom feeder here. Let's start. In other words, create a plan, man. Create a plan for yourself. Create a plan for the life that you want to live or have received already from your plan, and live in that. Think about the end as it already happened. Incorporate the see, hear, smell, taste, touch philosophy with it. What you feel in your heart, you're going to have. It's going to manifest. You have that kind of outlook in your life and that kind of optimism. Life can only give you that. It's really simple, but you have to get rid of the fear-based beliefs that you've been taught, and we all have been taught. What goes up must come down, indeed. But the problem with that is, there's a huge paradox involved with that. All I'm saying to you guys is what worked for me. It's increased my ability to create any possibility by thinking of the end and living in the happiness in the pursuit instead of pursuing the happiness. Being that self before you attain that self is going to give you all you want for yourself. But you have to believe in it. I mean, how many times they say in Scripture about believing? But they said, fear not 365 times. They were telling us in advance, don't worry about it. Have faith in yourself and you will transform to the person that you've always wanted to be. But it takes dedication and, most importantly, a plan. We plan all friggin' day, our appointments, this and that. Like today, I got inundated with certain appointments and got to check this, got to check that. Okay, fine. So I canceled some to incorporate the others. I mean, I didn't overschedule myself. You had that kind of attitude that it's going to get done eventually. It's not mandatory. It's going to get done eventually. You eliminate a few recreational items in between, But if that's your life, if that makes you happy, do it. Whatever makes you happy, man. I love what Joe Rogan said about that. If it means walking in the woods with a granola bar, whatever makes you happy, then do it. You don't have to have these high-set cheer goals in life. If just being yourself and living life every day to the best of your ability, that's the most fulfilling thing in the world as well. Don't compare, yourself to other people. You're running your own race. When you run your own race and mind your own friggin' business in life, it gets a lot more easier. And that was a hard concept for me to realize, to really take it upon yourself. And today is also National Archives Day. And a lot of us are living in the archives. They're living in the past history every single day to reassure us why we can't get or have, be, or do our dreams. Your archives are in a file for a reason. Don't look at them. Turn the light off. Be yourself. Understand the person that you are. I mean, ignite the cauldron that's burning in your chest, man, and realize that it can happen. But it just takes some dedication on your part, and to live by balanced souls, and I'll let you go with this, rules that really helped me. I didn't realize I was using these rules, man. Once you realize the power of your thoughts, you won't just think anything. You have the ability to choose your thoughts. This is the freedom of the free will we have to choose, man. You have the free will to choose anything you want between your left and right ear. Why not? Choose the goal that you want, the end result, living in the feeling of already having it, because that's going to manifest in your life. Once you realize the power of your words, you won't just say anything. If you want abundance, not one friggin' word of lack should come out of your mouth, man. But that's just telling the world to bring more of it. That's your own karma. That's your self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever lack that you're emitting, it's going to transmit. And it's going to come back to you tenfold, man. So be careful and watch your words. And once you realize the power of your presence, you won't just be anywhere anymore. You won't waste your time. You know, time, you don't get time back, man. Whatever time you get, you create with it. So use it well, man. Understand for yourself that it's not the pursuit of happiness. It's the happiness in the pursuit. Happy Tuesday. Happy Transformation Tuesday. Hopefully it's helped, guys. America's Mentor on this haphazardly prep show. America's Mentor _ on Instagram. Hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube. I didn't say X. I just said X again. Man, I'm not going to go there. Hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube. Almost 1,000 videos on there from this desire just to express myself. It's been going on, I think, full-time 5 years now. And I can honestly say, if you looked at the first video, the very first one I did, I started doing this for my kids just to kind of encourage them and motivate them. But it really kind of evolved and blossomed into who I am now. That's called the desire blooming. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you keep fertilizing the dream with good thoughts and feeling in the end, it's just going to grow from there. And it's still evolving, guys. So happy Tuesday to you guys. I hope this helped. God bless, man. I'll talk to you guys soon.